What up, YouTube? This is your boy Dr. Lee coming at you again with Tech Talk Friday. Let's talk tech. So today coming up, we just have a few topics to talk about today and just to bring you guys up to date. First topic we're going to be talking about today is jailbreak. The life and death of the legacy of the iPhone jailbreak. Is jailbreak dead? Is it because of Apple? Stay tuned to find out. Second topic we're going to be discussing today is also the iPhone, the very first iPhone to get released. Guess how much it's been sold for? Stay tuned and let's talk tech. Roll the intro. First topic today is going to be about the jailbreak, the legacy, the death. Why aren't we jailbreaking our phones anymore? Why? Is jailbreak dead? What's causing it? Let's dig a little bit deeper into the past and the history of jailbreak just a little bit, okay? I'm not gonna go all technical with you guys, just a little bit. How jailbreak came about and how is it dying? Why is it dying? The recent iOS that is out right now, there's only one kid, one of the best hacker out there. He's actually 19 years old. He goes by the name of Lucas Tedesco, 19-year-old kid. He's the only one who have jailbroken the latest iOS firmware. It's still questioning if he's going to be releasing it or not. High chances he's probably not going to. It's still up in the air. Going back in the history of jailbreaking, jailbreak started around when the first iPhone got released towards the end, the beginning of 2008. We had some heavy hitters back then, man. Like, I remember jailbreaking my first iPhone. It was so dope. Like, I was able to do way more than what iPhone or what Apple was offering. I mean, back then jailbreak was a full-blown cultural phenomenon. If you have an iPhone, if it's not jailbroken, you're not cool. Even if you have the iPhone, you're not cool enough until it's jailbroken. And we all know that. It just opened a whole new different revenue and what we could do with our phones when jailbreak was out there. This article also discussed a lot of heavy hitters, hackers that really made jailbreaking possible. We were talking about the iPhone dev team and Chronic dev team, and I mean the list goes on and on, man. Like, those guys back in the days when they were releasing jailbreak, it was a huge need. It was a huge deal. It's almost like the new iPhone is about to drop or something like that. I remember back in the days when those guys released their jailbreak, they had people actually, you have to pay some people to jailbreak your phone, which was just not cool, but people were still making money out of them when they were releasing this jailbreak for free for everyone to do it. People who knew how to run the jailbreak program was actually charging people who didn't know how to run the jailbreak program, and these guys were releasing these jailbreak programs for free. Just messed up, you know. I remember I paid like about 20 bucks way back in the days. I got screwed over 20 bucks, you know, to jailbreak my first iPhone, and I was happy. I had Cydia and all that great app and everything on there. It was dope. So speaking of Cydia, Jay Freeman actually gave revenue to hackers by building Cydia, which means these hackers, when they jailbreak the iPhone, Jay Freeman built stove, kind of like what Cydia is. Cydia is kind of like a hack version for the Apple Store, but with all the different hack operating system changing. If you want to change the way your phone operates, the way your phone dial a number, the looks and everything, you can change all that. When Cydia was released back in the days, most of the apps and everything that was on there was free, but then as time developed, people started selling their tweaks, their modifications, and all the other little programs that people had in there. Most of them was still free, and it's funny because people who were selling those tweaks and all that modification and all that stuff was being hacked by other hackers and releasing those programs for free. So it was just a huge mess, but it was good and it was fun and it was just amazing, you know. I like that. When the iPhone got released, it was only locked to AT&T carrier. They were the only one who, if you buy the iPhone, they're the only one you could use it on. And it was really annoying to a point where, I mean, people just wanted to buy the iPhone, but they couldn't use it because it was locked to AT&T. So a kid back in the days, when he posted this video on YouTube, it became like huge. You know, he introduced himself and he talked a little about the iPhone, and he demonstrated actually the first iPhone being unlocked. He developed a method to unlock the first iPhone so you can use your iPhone on mostly T-Mobile. It started off, not any carrier, it started off with T-Mobile. He unlocked the AT&T phone so you can be able to use it with T-Mobile back in the days, which was huge. And after that happened, literally Apple stock went up. off the roof because people are just buying phones, unlocking it, and using it on T-Mobile because T-Mobile and AT&T, they use SIM card. So it was easier that way. That was back in August 2007 when this kid demonstrated this on YouTube. You know, it was amazing. It was really cool to see that happening. And after that, people were like, maybe it's time to switch. Maybe it's time to get an iPhone. Moving forward into jailbreak and why jailbreak is like dying off. It's simply because it became so huge that most of them got jobs either with Apple or like developers or other security firms and stuff like that. They didn't find any really use for jailbreaking anymore. And then another reason why jailbreak kind of started dying off is because anytime these guys found an exploit to hack the operating system, Apple would just patch it up in the next one. And it was a lot of work just to hack into those things, you know, to find bugs. I mean, Apple was just on them. And I remember back in the days, like I was like, man, this is like, I don't know who was gonna win. I had a feeling that Apple was finally gonna win because, you know, they're Apple. They had the manpower to make those things happen, to protect their product and stuff like that. Also, few of the another reason why these guys stopped jailbreaking was because they are trying to protect those people who actually jailbreaking. One of the famous hacker out there, they did a phone interview with him where he just said that nowadays iOS is really developed and to a point where most of these jailbreak tweaks and everything is already implemented in iOS. Not only that, but every time he warned people not to jailbreak because every time you jailbreak, you are vulnerable to a lot of hackers and people will just enter your phone and take all your important information. So that was one of his motivation to stop jailbreaking phones. He was just trying to protect people who using this operating system and stuff like that. And another reason why the community actually stopped is because these guys literally said that they are dangerous and they move above jailbreak. So jailbreak for them now is just, it's not something that they are really interested in anymore. And he literally said it. He's like, yeah, we're a little bit dangerous at this point. So, and you know, playing with jailbreak and stuff like that is not something that interests us anymore. But he actually warned people just not to do it. You know, it's very dangerous. It leaves your phone very vulnerable to other hackers out there. So that is the life, legacy, and death of jailbreak. Now, don't get me wrong, they got people out there that are still jailbreaking their phones. And there are hackers out there that are still interested in doing it. But is jailbreak dead? I don't know. So in the description below, we can literally continue this conversation. Let's talk tech. Let's move on to the next story. Because the iPhone is the iPhone 10th anniversary that's coming up pretty soon. The very first iPhone is being sold for about $20,000. Now, if you were to have the first iPhone and sealed up with the receipt and everything, you could be making a lot of money right now. $4,000 and up for a very first iPhone because it is the iPhone 10th anniversary that's coming out, and Apple is doing whatever it takes to make that 10th anniversary iPhone a beast. I'm hoping so, man. Like, Apple, don't let us down. Seriously, don't let us down, man. Thanks for watching again. Please rate, comment, subscribe. I will be seeing you guys next week. Peace out.